Hi guys, we're going to start today a little bit different than usual. See if you're paying attention. You're probably wondering if you're in the right class. We're going to start by talking about ancient Greek history. Okay, the formula that we're working with today is called Heron's area formula. And the author of the formula, or the founder of the developer, I guess, of the formula was a guy named Hero or Heron. Okay, notice Heron is just Hero with an N on the end of it. You see it both ways, of Alexandria. And he was an ancient Greek mathematician and engineer who had a lot of experimental inventions that he came up with. His formula that he wrote about the area of a triangle was published in 60 AD. It was also developed independently by the Chinese in the 1247 range, okay? So 1200 years after he came up with it. It can be proven in a couple of different ways, which is not really totally unusual. But some of his inventions, as I mentioned earlier, were really unusual. The first one was called Hero's engine, and it was the first recorded steam engine. One of the other ones that you can Google online, he came up with the first vending machine, okay? And the vending machine that he came up with, you would put coins in and get holy water. Yes, that's correct. You are probably thinking Coca-Cola. No, holy water, okay? And these vending machines were placed in churches. Okay, he also was the first instance of wind powering with his wind wheel that he came up with. And he also made a force pump, which was used in a fire engine. Okay, so he was a very interesting guy. But what we're interested in about him was his formula for finding the area of a triangle if you know all three sides. Okay, so here is the formula that we're going to use today. If you know the three sides of the triangle, this is the formula, and you see this S that's in here repeatedly. S is the three sides added together divided by 2. Okay, I'm going to point out right now, one of the most common mistakes is to divide by 3. Now, why do you think people might do that? Because they're averaging. Okay, this is not an average. This is add them up and divide by 2. Okay, I also put this formula just for comparison because this is the other formula that you learned in geometry or before that to find the area of a triangle. This one works if you know the base and the height. This one works if you know all three sides. Okay, so this one, if we know all three sides, the area would just be 1/2 times the base times the height, which becomes 9. Okay, this one's more complicated, but we don't have to worry about trying to find that height. Okay, so first thing we do is we find S. 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by 2, which is 10 divided by 2, which is 5. Okay, and then from there, we are going to plug it into the square root, which is, I just noticed I made a mistake. 2 plus 3 plus 4 is not 10, it's 9. 9 divided by 2, which is 4.5. So that is our S value. So the area is the square root, using the formula, 4.5. 4.5 minus A, doesn't matter which is A or B or C, makes no difference. 4.5 minus B, and 4.5 minus C. Okay, and you can enter this whole thing into your calculator all at one time, or you can do a little bit of work to make it less buttons that you have to push. For example, this is 2.5. This is, what am I doing here? 1.5. This is 0.5. So I can type this in my calculator a little bit simpler. Okay, I'm going to do the square root of 4.5 times 2.5 times 1.5 times 0.5. And there we go, 2.90 centimeters squared. And that's all we have to do. Okay, probably the shortest notes ever from me, you guys, but there they are. Okay, you're going to be doing Heron's area formula and then a couple of story problems today that could have the law of sines or cosines in them as well. Okay, but also Heron's area formula. Okay, all right, guys, see you later. Bye.